Welcome back to Intrusive Talks podcast.
I'm Ding.
This is Dong.
And today we're going to be talking about episode 3
of Great Pretenders.
Yup.
All right, so recap. Edamura is what happened to him. So he just did Eddie. He just conned Eddie for $10 million from what we remember last time in the episode, right?
Yeah, we just found out, or Laurent, us and Laurent found out that Edamura somehow bumped up the price of Sakura Magic to $10 million.
Okay, so that's where we left off. Okay, yeah. So then I'm just gonna read a quick recap right now. So it goes on the third episode. They do a recap back into where Edamura walks out the door after Abby just was like giving him shit, and he goes to rents out a hotel, and he watches a film. And my first off reaction, I'm like, why is he watching this fucking weird ass film? Like then. Flash forward to the day after he watches that film, he gets knocked out by Eddie's bodyguard, wakes up, and they just kind of like a heart-to-heart moment where Edamura is kind of just like, I don't know, it's kind of, I don't know how to say it, it's like buttering him up, you know, in a way.
Yeah. He kind of just, okay, well, I felt like my prediction was somewhat true. It was like a mini training arc.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because like at that point he was like, I feel like he was like, fuck this. I need to show him what I can do.
Oh, okay.
So like right from the jump, when he was watching the videos, and it just looked like a scene where he was like studying. And
oh wait, that's true. He did write mad notes.
Like he was writing notes and stuff, and then because I mean. From the previous episodes, I just knew that those movies were Eddie's. So I was like, this guy's planning something. Yeah. Like he's doing something.
So basically they have a heart-to-heart moment, and then Edamura is basically conning Eddie, basically saying, "Yo, your movies are so great, and like I love it what's it called? I love it to death and type shit. Like they don't understand art like we do, bro. They literally lighting him up like, yo." Hey, the people don't understand type shit, you know?
He was like, Sakura Magic is my child, you wouldn't understand. And then he was like, oh yeah, I make movies and stuff. And then when he like pretended like he didn't know the movie, he was like, those are your movies? I love this! I love these movies!
Literally gawking, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Gawk, bro.
Slurpage.
But it does the trick, because he was able to basically convince Eddie to sell Sakura Magic for $10 million, which is cool. But what's cool was that he was gonna give Eddie the formula too, which that makes more sense. That during the movie he was writing up a formula, I think, and not putting notes on the movie, from what I could think.
Yeah. So like later on, he like brings out like a notebook full of like the supposed formula.
Yeah.
So he like just researched how to make drugs.
Basically, I'm like. That's fucking wild how he was like literally researching how to make a drug that no one's seen before. Like,
yeah, I thought it was so ironic though, because before he said like, I don't want anything to do with drugs, and now this dude is like, he's literally just like basically cooking up drugs.
It's the next Walter White, bro. When I saw, I was like, oh, this is him, bro. It's so stupid, but basically he sells some the fake formula for a much higher price. And what happens was that Eddie's basically having dinner with Laurent and Edamura, and he's like, I just wanted to make sure I verify some shit. He has his people go to Japan and make sure he's an actual doctor at the place that he said he's working at. And right now, when I saw that, I was like, damn, this shit's crazy right now.
Yeah.
I'm over here tensing for Edamura. I'm like, damn, bro, if he gets caught, it's over, man.
You could see him like quaking. He's like, oh no.
Like shivering in his fucking boots, sweating. But to find out that he gets saved by Laurent and his people. Literally, the old grandma comes back, and whatever his name is, Kudo comes back, posing as the doctors or the residents at the place, basically telling Eddie's people like, yeah, Edamura's a great doctor, just yapping on and on.
Yeah. That was really cool to see, because it just follows this theme of Laurent. Like he's 10 steps ahead. He like already knew this was gonna happen. He was already prepared, and then like it just blew my mind out.
Yeah. like in his pocket. I don't know how he even thought of that quickly, you know?
Exactly.
Oh, maybe when I think before he literally said when the car pulled up of just people, he was like, "Oh, make sure you're ready to run," because maybe he was figuring just like us playing out, and that's how he was able to like, okay, just in case they're probably trying to verify Enamora.
Yeah.
So he had that call up, so that was sick.
One thing that confused me though is why Abby was like at that dinner table. Because like her role in terms of like when Eddie's around is like, I don't know, just some like dumb foreign girl.
Like a bimbo, yeah.
But she's at like the discussion table of like these of like everyone talking. I was like, I don't know. I just felt like if I saw her there, I'd be kind of sus. Like, why is she here?
Yeah. It's more like, why the fuck are you here? But maybe that's Eddie's favorite girl. I have no idea.
Yeah, that just confused me a little bit.
It definitely does confuse me. It definitely blows your cover a bit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, yeah.
Like, why are y'all sitting together too? It's super suspicious, but
yeah,
that shit was weird. But at that night, they're basically gonna go and make the money exchange. But they basically first off go off. They pan off to a limo, basically showing that they're gonna go to a different place. They don't want to do it at the mansion that they were at because there's some LAPD officer named Anderson, I think.
Yeah.
Anderson that was basically buildings away, looking at them like, yo. Spying on them, making sure they don't do any busy shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, damn, bro. It's like that.
Yeah.
So limo goes out. Then you think that I like the camera work here because you think that he's gonna follow the limo, but then the next car comes out like 10 minutes later, and it's Enamora, Laurent, and Eddie, the whole gang, basically driving. But what you see is that they pan back over past the car, and it's the car following them right behind them. Like, that's sick, dude. They have this crazy what's it called, car chase between Laurent's car and shit, what's his name, Anderson's car.
Yeah,
that seemed sick.
I thought the music too was like perfect. That's just another thing, like just going to what we've said about previous episodes, where once that chase happened, like the music like became like upbeat sort of. It picked up like crazy and just put you in the mood to like watch this car chase.
Yeah, it gets you, dude. So literally that car chase was crazy, and they're all over here doing like fucking Need for Speed moves. Outdoes Anderson, and I'm over here like, damn, bro, he got his ass. But
yeah.
Eddie then reveals to the whole gang that he's basically bribing Anderson to basically not catch them.
Yeah.
Insane.
I was like, classic, dude.
I was surprised I was surprised, but I'm like, low-key, I see it too. Like, I'm not super surprised that it happened.
Yeah, like I'm not surprised, but I'm like, huh, okay. Like I wouldn't say I was expecting it, but I'm not surprised.
Exactly. So that happened, and the whole thing of him being chased is staged, where it's been happening to make sure that Eddie doesn't really get too much spotlight for what he's doing, or gets caught.
Basically, to make it look like the police are actually trying to hunt him down, but they just fail.
Yeah, that's why I meant to say you're right.
You're goddamn right.
So, from when that happens, they all arrive at the trade location, which is an abandoned cider brewery now used to prepare drugs. Crazy how this happens. So when you enter in, you just see fucking like Walter White, Breaking Bad, and like the whole gang with I think back then it was called Gus, his name. This show was crazy, bro. They have a whole cooking center and everything. And then the way that Eddie comes up to Edamora is like, okay, thanks for everything. I don't want your formula. I want you making the drug because this is your art. I want you to make it your baby. And got a tight grip on his shoulder. I'm just like, damn, bro.
Bro, I was like, bro, the lie is getting deeper and deeper. Like, how do you get out of this one?
The hole keeps on getting deeper and deeper. I never think it gets deep, like as deep as it does. It just gets worse and worse for what's it called, Edamora.
Yeah, like, okay, you researched the drug, but like, another thing I was thinking is like, who's gonna test it?
No.
Like, say if you you cook or whatever, someone like tests it and nothing happens.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he probably doesn't even know what he's cooking, bro. Like,
exactly.
So what happens is that fast forward, he gets all the materials for Edamora, everything on the table. Literally a whole crowd surrounding him, trying to see how Edamora's gonna cook this shit. He is like pissing his pants. I was pissing my pants for him, bro.
Yes.
He's fucked. He doesn't know a single thing about how to cook, bro.
He's like, the only words that come out of his mouth are, I can't.
I can't exactly. I can't. They're like, why I can't?
He's like, what? And he's like, what do you mean?
And he's trying to find the biggest vulture. He's like, I can't, bro. It's unsterile. It's not clean, bro. I'm like, this motherfucker, bro.
And Laurent comes to save the day. He's like, oh, you have to see his lab back in Japan.
Yeah. He can't be cooking this crusty ass shit if you see a wild being back in Japan. And then Eddie's over here like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to go ahead and build it all for you. The hole gets worse and deeper, bro.
For real. Like, he's like, I'm going to make an exact replica of your lab in Japan right here.
And even
just tell
better,
me what you need.
Tell me what you need and I got you, bro. Man, it's 10 toes down and this dude's about to be 10 feet deep, bro. It's crazy to think about. But now, in between that gap of him basically telling, what's it called, Edamura to cook for him, and when he presents all the materials, in between is when Anderson gets back. He's basically injured with his bud because they got in a car crash during the car chase. And look who we see is the FBI, and her name was it Charles Dickens, bro?
Something like that. I don't remember.
Paula Dickens, that's what the name is. Yo, I saw her. Bad. I was like, Dickens, bro? Let me dig in, bro. Let me dig in, dude. Ooh. I was like, she got that, bro.
Chill. Yeah, hold on.
And the way, she got it. You know what's up, bro. And the way she was like, she valid. And that's what I'm saying. And then she's over here like, so there's two options that's happening right now. That's why I'm here. One, you're so incompetent that you can't catch Eddie, that I had to cover your ass. Or two, you're bad on purpose and you're just trying to go ahead and basically being bribed by Eddie. So here's two things you could do. One, you go to jail, basically, because I'm going to put you there. I know this is a fucking like bullshit operation that you're doing to, to Anderson. Or two, you work under me and you redeem your name as a detective.
Yeah.
Big balls. Literally on the table.
It's crazy because like that scene, I'm like, or after we find out that the detective is being bribed, I'm like, all right, law enforcement is not such a big deal anymore. Once Paula came in, I was like, yo,
shit's getting down, bro.
Like, there's gonna be like a huge conflict soon. Like, I can feel it coming.
And the way that she says, no, I'm not just trying to catch Eddie in the deal things. I'm trying to catch the international thievery group, Laurent's group.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were an international thievery group. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, like an international fraud ring. It's crazy. Like, it just, like, there's so much more that we haven't seen, and it's gigantic.
I didn't know he had a whole like society or whatever the fuck it is, organization of just him stealing and recruiting people left and right. That shit's sick.
Yeah.
So for predictions for next time, I do believe like you said, the plot thickens. They're gonna be definitely seeing conflicts. It's gonna be a little bit of a triangle between Laurent's group, Paul's group, and then Eddie's group. But I think Eddie's going to get caught pretty soon. I feel. So I feel like he's not a big focus of the story. Like sooner or later, I think in 2 or 3 episodes, he's written off, gone.
I think so too. Yeah, I think because the FBI is involved now. Like it's just, I think from this point on, it's gonna be like a chase.
Exactly.
And they like kind of have to just do what they can to stay under the radar at this point.
Yeah.
And I feel like Edamura is gonna actually try to make a run for it somehow.
Oh yeah, he's trying to escape everything.
Like he might actually try to escape now, because it's like, whoa, there's FBI. Like you asking me to actually make drugs now, like yeah.
Like he's so far deep that he doesn't want to get like caught or anything like that. So he might just leave the group. You're right. That's a good prediction, dude.
Yeah.
Wasn't thinking of that. I think that's all my predictions, because I was more entranced by how this episode kind of like introduces a new character, and then see how just everything just gets worse for Edamura. It's just never getting better.
Yeah. It's just downhill. It's just
downhill.
going downhill from like the.
Edamami's going down bad, bro.
Yeah,
that man is not winning anytime soon, bro. All right, but with that, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this little short episode review, episode 3 review of Free Pretenders.
Yep. Make sure you leave a comment down below, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and
see you next time.
Peace.